Coming up on 5 Minute News. Donald Trump surrenders in Georgia on charges he tried to overturn the election. Maui County sues electric company over deadly wildfires. And new COVID mutation found in multiple countries, including the US. It's Friday, August 25. I'm Anthony Davis. Donald Trump's mugshot was released on Thursday evening after he was booked at an Atlanta jail on more than a dozen felony charges as part of a wide-ranging criminal case stemming from the former U.S. president's attempt to overturn his 2020 election loss in Georgia. A grimacing Trump, inmate number P01135809, according to Fulton County Jail records, was captured glaring at the camera in the mugshot. The image represented yet another extraordinary moment for Trump, who did not have to submit a photograph when making appearances in his 3 other criminal cases. He wasted little time trying to turn it to his advantage, posting it on X, the site formerly known as Twitter, as well as his own social media site Truth Social. His campaign website featured the mugshot, along with a message from Trump defending his actions and asking for donations. Trump spent only about 20 minutes at the jail before heading back to his New Jersey golf club. Before boarding his private plane at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, he repeated his claim that the prosecution, along with the others he faces, are politically motivated. 77-year-old Trump already has entered uncharted territory as the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges, even as he mounts another campaign for the White House next year. Far from damaging his candidacy for the Republican Party nomination, however, the 4 cases filed against him have only bolstered his standing. He holds a commanding polling lead in the Republican race to challenge Democratic President Joe Biden in the November 2024 election. Maui County sued the Hawaiian Electric Company on Thursday over the fires that devastated Lahaina, saying the utility negligently failed to shut off power despite exceptionally high winds and dry conditions. Witness accounts and video indicated that sparks from power lines ignited fires as utility poles snapped in the winds, which were driven by a passing hurricane. The August 8 fire killed at least 115 people and left an unknown number of others missing. Had the utility heeded the Weather Service warnings and de-energized their power lines during the predicted high wind gusts, this destruction could have been avoided, the lawsuit said. The lawsuit said the utility had a duty to properly maintain and repair the electric transmission lines and other equipment, including utility poles associated with their transmission of electricity, and to keep vegetation properly trimmed and maintained so as to prevent contact with overhead power lines and other electric equipment. The utility knew that high winds would topple power poles, knock down power lines, and ignite vegetation, the lawsuit said. Defendants also knew that if their overhead electrical equipment ignited a fire, it would spread at a critically rapid rate. The lawsuit notes that other utilities, such as Southern California Edison, Pacific Gas and Electric, and San Diego Gas and Electric, have all implemented public safety power shutoffs during high wind events, and said the severe and catastrophic losses could have been easily prevented if Hawaiian Electric had had a similar shutoff plan. A highly mutated COVID variant called BA.2.86 has now been detected in Switzerland and South Africa, in addition to Israel, Denmark, the US, and the UK, according to the World Health Organization. The Omicron offshoot carries more than 35 mutations in key portions of the virus, compared with XBB.1.5, the dominant variant, through most of 2023, a number roughly on par with the Omicron variant that caused record infections compared to its predecessor. It was first spotted in Denmark on July 24th, after the virus infecting a patient at risk of becoming severely ill was sequenced. It has been detected in other symptomatic patients, in routine airport screening, and in wastewater samples in a handful of countries. A dozen scientists around the world said while it was important to monitor BA 2.86, it was unlikely to cause a devastating wave of severe disease and death given immune defenses built up worldwide from vaccination and prior infection. It appears that current tests and medications remain effective against BA 2.86, although the variant may be more capable of causing infection in vaccinated people and those who have had COVID previously, the assessment said. There is no evidence yet that it's causing more severe illness. Still, the potential risk must be taken seriously, experts said, and surveillance must continue, if not at levels undertaken at the pandemic's peak. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.